Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the school board meeting of the Grayson County School Board. At this time, please feel free to join us in the pledge. I pledge allegiance
Pledge
to
allegiance
the
to
flag
the flag
of the
of
United
the United
States
States of
of
America
America
and
to
to
the
the
republic
republic
for
for
which it
which it
stands,
stands,
one
one
nation,
nation, under
under
God,
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 indivisible,
indivisible, with liberty
with
and
liberty and justice for all.
and justice for all.
Kind of out of sync there.
My meeting just went.
Okay.
I think we're good to go.
Good to go. Good evening, everyone. I'm Carolyn Thomason. Welcome to our second virtual board meeting, July 14, 2020. At this time, we're going to look at the agenda. It's revised, and I'll show you what's been added. Okay, under item 8G has been added, approval to sell 2 buses to Wayne County Schools. We've done this before, attachment 10. Okay, then under I, we have some more people that have turned in retirement. We hate to lose a lot of these people. Stacy Clemens as cook at Clarkson Elementary, effective June 30th. Mackenzie Miller, math teacher, Grayson County Middle School. Morgan Robbins is a teacher at Lawler, and they're all effective June 30th. And then, okay, that is it. So this time I'll entertain a motion to approve the revised agenda as presented.
I move to approve the revised agenda.
Okay.
I'll second. Alfreda Weedman, second.
Thank you.
Sorry, Brett Abney.
How dare you? Okay. The motion was made by Brett Abney, second by Alfreda Weedman, to approve the revised agenda as presented. All those in favor? Okay, Kim, the motion carried. Okay, I have several remarks because, as you know, I've been home like a lot of people, so I've had a lot of time to think and reflect. Keep our school system uplifted in prayer, as usual. We extend our sympathy to Alicia Brooks, whose father passed away in Las Vegas. She will be in our thoughts and prayers. Since our first virtual school board meeting, I have improved little on technology. It was April 16th, but keep our nation, state, community, and school system. We've strived to maintain normalcy in a chaotic world. We have had to slow down, stay at home more, and adjust to many changes in our lives. I would like to introduce and commend my fellow board members for their support and dedication to our students and staff. And also, I'd like to add that we now have an honorary mascot, Dr. Abney's dog, Lucy. I'm not sure if she's in the room with us tonight or not, but she helped us at the last board meeting. So we have Mr. Vickery with us, our attorney, Alfreda Weedman, Anna Majors from afar, Valerie Hayes. She's coming to us from the Parent-Child Center. So, board members, Dr. Abney, of course, thank you for all that you do for our students. I would like to dedicate, on behalf of the board, I'd like to dedicate this meeting tonight to our 2020 Gchs graduating seniors. I can speak for the entire board when I say one of the highlights of being on the school board is when we attend graduation. We have watched these students over the years at meetings, and it's kind of the highlight. So it's special to all of us. And all of us on the board have been parents and know what your senior year entailed. Prom, skits, trips, saying farewell. And within the last couple of years, we added the seniors going through the elementary schools that they attended. And that's so touching. So 2020 seniors, we want to commend you for adapting to alternatives to honor and recognize your accomplishment. Dr. Abney and his senior daughter, Peyton, are experiencing this with you, as well as our students that work for us at the office. Brawley Berry, Haley Brooks, Brooklyn Glasscock has helped take care of our animals, and Ethan Pierce works on our cars part-time. Through all these seniors, Peyton and all the seniors that I mentioned, we know from them, from what they're telling us, how resilient your class is. Seniors, we have watched you grow and mature since kindergarten. We commend you and are proud of each of you. You have become extraordinary young adults and have already experienced many challenges. On behalf of the board, we wish you the best. Through the past few months, I have reevaluated my life, and I know that without 3 F's, which is faith, family, and friends, I couldn't have made it through some of this. Seniors, our advice is be strong and of good courage, for the Lord your God, he is the one who goes with you. He will not leave you nor forsake you. Deuteronomy 31:6. I'd like to thank our community for honoring our seniors. Okay, I'll probably leave somebody out, but the support has been tremendous. K105 for their involvement. Our PR director, Karen Lewis, has worked tirelessly with some of these entities to support our seniors. Senior salutes in the newspaper. The city for dedicating their new fountain at City Park to GCHS 2020 seniors. Signs on businesses. For our transportation department, the bus display that was on Facebook and on our social media, we commend Braxton Allen, and by the way, his birthday is Saturday the 16th. We commend his crew for working on this parade. The logistics were tremendous, getting it all together. I'd like to thank our high school staff, for Mona Heglin, the counselors for working on the scholarships. And on behalf of the board, we are proud to recognize a scholarship that we give, the First Generation Scholarship. Recipients this year are Grace Cowan and Braxton Lee Robinson. They will each receive our $1,000 scholarship. Other things, May 6th through the 10th, school nurses. And I've been talking with Will, one of our tech guys, just before the meeting. His daughter is a nurse in Bowling Green. We commend all our school nurses and our nurses and medical people. I'd like to give a special shout out to one of our fairly new school nurses, Delisa Sandlin Miller, who I was blessed to have in my class at Wilkie. This week is National Hospital Week, so keep our medical people uplifted. I commend our HOSA winners who competed virtually and did very well. I'd like to commend Dee Dee Webb for being one of 1,900 in the nation for District Technology Integration Specialist. We are blessed to have her on our GCH school team. She's a former student, teacher, and intern, and I cannot say enough about her. I'd like to commend all our schools and staff for their tireless efforts in meeting the needs of our students. On Wednesday, I received an email from Gail McCready, and she does the dual credit classes, and she had 70 out of 70 students pass English 102 at ECTC and communication and speech at Western class number 145. I would like to congratulate Tanya Meredith, a Wilkie fifth grader, for winning the grandparent essay in the county, and we commend all the school winners. I'm running down, but I'd like to commend Amanda Brown for organizing and honoring our veterans in memory of her dad, Max Vinson. She had families organized, and proud to say that there were flags placed on all the deceased veterans' graves in our county. So, and next year she hopes to make it better. Cannot say enough about our schools. GCMS, they did their 8th grade graduation recognition, and all our elementary schools have been able to recognize their students. I know Caneyville even had pictures in front of their sign. I'd like to thank our resource officers and all law enforcement for their support. We honor and thank our retirees. We have teachers and staff members retiring. Upcoming events. It's a great undertaking, the parade that has been put together to honor our seniors this Saturday, May 16th. We could not have done it without the support of our community. We will be there. It took a lot of work from a lot of people. Mr. Robinson and some of the board will be attending and cheering you on, social distancing, of course, and our mask. We will be at the high school. Our next board meeting will be June 11th. Hopefully here at the board, no virtual maybe, and we will hopefully be able to have a working session and do Mr. Robinson evaluation and maybe start at 4. I know I'm winding down. We are GC connected. At this time, I'd like to turn it over to Mr. Robinson.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and appreciate the opportunity here, and we're very appreciative of the board and all their support. And I just wanted to echo real quick before I go on to maybe open some questions from you all of the senior send-off Saturday. It is unbelievable the amount of collaboration within our community, and I can't say that enough. And you know, one thing, I don't know anybody said no to pulling that off. So I'm not going to list everyone that's been involved with that, but I greatly appreciate their support, and I think it's going to be a nice event for our students. So congratulations to our class of 2020. They will be remembered, that's for sure. Just a couple of quick comments here, and I'll open it up. You all might have some questions. I think if I'm out and about, I'm starting to get quite a few questions about, well, what's next year going to look like, when school's starting? And I spoke to a group today, and I said, I'll be glad to talk, but I don't know that I can take any questions because my answer is going to be, I don't know. And I think that's kind of where we're all at with where we're at. If you've been reading, whether it's some national articles or within the state, our state interim commissioner through Kentucky Department of Education is we've been meeting at least once a week, and it's usually on Tuesday afternoons, and sometimes it's more than that. But he's kind of mentioned just be prepared to start getting multiple plans ready for anything. And that's kind of an open-ended scenario, which presents a little bit of a challenge. And the first one is just looking at, I know it's been mentioned of an early school start, a traditional, and maybe something after Labor Day. And I think one of the things that they're going to be doing, and as soon as we can get the word out, we will, but I know some of our conversations earlier were just talking about the trends in the number of cases and what that's going to look like and what the guidelines are from the CDC and our Kentucky Public Health Association as well. So, I know that's up in the air, and as soon as we can help determine that, and maybe with the board, we might have to start looking at some different alternatives from the calendar that we've prepared and approved back in January, I believe. So, anybody have any questions about that? I know I've been trying to say a little bit of communication with you all on the start of the school year. Anybody have any particular questions related to that?
No, just that we've had people asking us if, and we keep saying it's in works.
It's up in the air, and we're scheduled to start early August, that first week of August. So that's there was some conversations about a July start. I don't know that will happen for us because we're starting early August anyway. But just as soon as we get the guidance that we need to, we'll get the word out on that. I know that leaves people up in the air, but that's pretty much our personal life or whatever is kind of around what the guidelines are. And then the other question is what does school look like when we start back? And that's a big question that I've really started proposing to our leadership here within the district. And KDE has kind of developed, they've broken the guidance down into really when we start looking at the reentry plan, they've got 4 areas that we're going to start having conversations about. And those are school district operations, teaching and learning, health and safety, and exceptional children. And so I proposed to our group this week of maybe looking at creating some committees for each one of those and get some valued input from community members, our staff, some experts, and trying to look at different scenarios. And some of the models that you read about nationally even talks about what would school look like if you went and you had certain grade levels only on certain days. And so maybe it was a Monday, Wednesday, every other Friday, or a Tuesday, Thursday. There's just 1,000 scenarios out there that they want us to start thinking about of is there a chance of what it could look like. So we're trying to plan for the unexpected, which is almost impossible. But really next week we're going to start getting those committees formed and really start looking at different variables and avenues of what school could look like. I didn't really say a whole lot, but I'll be glad to take some questions the best that I can.
Well, like rural areas, it would be different. I mean, there would be different things that you would look at. You could look at the big general total picture, but then you have to look at what is the best fit.
Yeah, and the Kentucky Department of Education kind of said that too. Every community is a little bit different, at the point of if we got to do social distancing, how that looks, and are we going to have masks? Just a lot of different variables as we get a little closer. We got to pin those down and just have some processes in place.
Does anyone else have any questions? Or since I have you all here, didn't get a chance to ask you, would on our June 11th meeting, would you be able to meet prior? You can think about it and let me know. Maybe start at 4:00 and then have our regular
fine
meeting.
with me.
Let's see, what about Anna? And okay, she's muted.
That works for me.
Okay, thank you, Val. Does that work for you, Anna? I think your microphone is off.
Yeah, it was. I was talking to my secretary, but
How dare you? No, I'm just kidding.
no,
Who's Scott?
I'm not sure we're actually going to be in town that week, depending on what's going on. But
We'll get you up.
yeah, I'll let
What
you
about
know.
Dr.
So.
Abney?
June what? June 11th?
Yes, sir. You can bring Lucy.
Well, Lucy's not the issue. It's my 27th wedding anniversary.
Oh, okay.
I'm
We'll
sure
figure out
home.
something.
So I'm sure we'll be home anyway. It's
Okay.
tired of me after 27 years anyway. So.
Okay. Thanks.
Probably.
Okay. At this time, thank you, Mr. Robinson. This time we'll move into our business meeting. So Would entertain a motion to approve item 5. It's approval of the minutes from April 16th, our first virtual meeting.
Carolyn,
Yes.
we need to make one change to that. The order number 102, Kim forgot to attach the resolutions to it. The resolutions are actually attached to order 102. That's an amendment to that those minutes.
Oh, at the beginning. Okay, so what was it?
He just failed to attach it to 102, order 102.
So we're still approving item 5.
You'll approve it with her attaching the resolution.
102.
Yes,
Okay.
the resolutions are part of the minutes.
Okay. I appreciate that, Dave. I appreciate you pointing that out.
That's the only thing.
Okay. Okay, so we're entertaining a motion to approve the minutes of April 16th with the attached 102 resolution.
I make a motion to approve the minutes with the attached 102 resolutions.
Thank you, Anna. Second.
Valerie, I second.
Okay, Kim, the motion was made by Anna, second by Valerie to approve item 5, approval of the minutes from April 16th with the 102 resolution attachment. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, Kim, motion carried. Okay, we're going to turn it over to our finance director, Erin Embry.
All right, this is your treasurer's report summary for the month of April. We ended the month in the general fund at $6,483,514. Our investment account ended the month with $4,641,131. The sick leave escrow account ended the month with $370,000. Fund 2, the federal and state projects fund, ended the month with $237,568 owed to us. Capital outlay fund ended the month with $183,930. The building fund investment account ended the month with $642,161. The construction fund ended the month with $1,070.28, and that's where we closed on the bond in the previous meeting. Fund 51 food service ended the month with $392,156. Daycare ended the month with $36,193. The culinary fund ended the month with $1,489 for a grand total of $13,558,420. Does anybody have any questions about the treasurer's report?
Does anyone have any questions? I do. I do not.
Brett Abney, I move to accept the treasurer's report as presented.
Anna Majors, I second.
Okay, Kim, the motion was made by Dr. Abney, second by Anna Majors to approve the treasurer's report item 6 as presented. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Okay, Erin, item 7, salaries, bills, claims, and transfers.
This is the orders of the treasurer for the month of April. Our starting check number was $100,042. Our ending check number was $100,214. There were 18 pages of bills for a grand total of $1,030,089.42. Did anybody have any questions about the detail in that report?
There was a lot of checks for kitchen toner. What is that? It said toner.
The food service has a lot of printers and that, and they probably needed more with their NTI days that they were sending packets and stuff home for the meal
It just
kits.
said kitchen on it, but I didn't understand. Yeah, okay.
Food service, yes.
Yeah, we've been making a lot of copies, haven't we? Just overall.
Yes.
I mean, overall, Erin, I just kind of wondered about, like, are we gonna save some money by not being in school? I mean, will we? Do you have any idea? I mean,
well, no. There's a lot of unknowns. There are some savings. Possibly utility bills will be a little bit lower, things like that. But there's increased costs. We've had a lot of increased postage, a lot of increased copying. Transportation is doing things that they don't normally do. That's going to eventually affect our SEEK calculation, because what they're doing as far as food service goes, if they're not transporting kids to and from school, that's going to eventually affect our SEEK dollars because the cost that's involved for that food transportation is not directly related to instruction, which will in turn eventually affect us. And there's lots of little things like that. I don't know if I'm sure everybody's aware of the state's budget. They are projecting shortfalls.
Well, yeah.
Every conversation that we're having, whether it's the superintendents or the finance officer meetings, they have no idea what the numbers are going to be, but they are projecting state shortfalls, which will eventually affect us. So even the money that they've already calculated as far as our SEEK dollars and things like that, we may be cut. On the flip side, there are some federal funds coming our way. But we're not sure if we're just going to eat those up right away with the costs that we've already incurred, or if we're going to have a little bit of funds to do a little bit more with. There's just so many unknowns, and we're still just pulling all the puzzle pieces together to try to figure it out.
With school ending earlier, will you start the summer meal program earlier?
I believe she is scheduled to start that around May 15th or 16th. Christy would need to confirm that date, and I think that'll be going out on our app.
And will that be 5 days a week? Or
Yeah, I think starting Monday, they're going to be doing a little bit different with the routes of more of the summer feeding. Our cafeteria staff have done a wonderful job, and they've kept those meals going. They will be we'll be doing 3 buses, and there'll be some modifications that they will be getting out about the stops and the times. But we plan on rolling that program on through the summer.
And I don't think there's going to be a break in service. It's just a change in times and maybe access points.
Okay. Good points. Good questions. Aaron, does the federal money that we will hopefully receive, does that have to be designated for like mask and medical things? Or
there are a couple of different buckets that are coming. I think there's probably 3. It's coming from 3 different sources. There's a small pot of money that will come from the governor's CARES Act, and that's kind of the governor's discretion to. And I think they've really kind of structured that one to be transportation, technology, food service. That needs to be directly related to NTI days and feeding students. There's another, a larger federal bucket that's coming that we haven't really received a whole lot of guidance on, but it is supposed to hopefully fill the holes from where we are seeing some higher expenses and things like that. But they have said that that's not supposed to be a SEEK replacement. So if we see a loss in SEEK money, it's not supposed to replace that either. So we're still getting all kinds of guidance. It changes every day. A little bit more information and a few more questions pop up. But we're following it closely. That third pot of money is there might be some small funds available for the licensed daycares that we run in the summer to help our employees out. But that's a very small bucket. But those are all federal funds from CARES Act.
Thank you so much. I know it's so overwhelming, and like you said, it's changing rapidly. So thank you so much. Okay. Item 7 would be approval of salaries, bills, claims, and transfers. Does anyone have any questions on that item?
Alfreda Weidman, motion to approve.
Valerie Hayes, second.
Okay, Kim, the motion was made by Alfreda, second by Valerie, to approve item 7, salaries, bills, claims, and transfers. All those in favor? Okay, motion carried. Okay, now we're looking at, thank you so much, Erin, for all that you do.
Thank you.
Item 8 has been grouped together. We'll start with A, approval of the performance bond for Finance Officer Erin Embry in the amount of $400,000. B is approval of tentative budget, and you had a copy of that. That's attachment 1, and as she just explained, it's tentative. C is approval of salary schedules for 2020-21 school year, attachment 2. And that we're just hoping we have to make some changes maybe, but again, everything's in flux, so we have to wait. D is approval of bids for concrete work at the bus garage, attachment 3, and that's a much needed project. E is approved. F is approval to declare various technology equipment as surplus, and that was attachment 5. G was one of the things that was added, approval to sell 2 buses to Wayne County, attachment 10. H is approval for Grayson County Schools to enter into a contract with Green River Regional Education Cooperative, better known as GREC, for the 2021 school year for the purpose of supporting and expanding services to students and staff. And we've been participating in this for a while. That would be attachment 6. I is approval for the following resignations. Beverly Childress, instructional aide at Clarkson. Sandy Williams, cook at Wilkie. S.G. Bryant as mechanic at the bus garage. Stephanie Bray as art teacher at Grayson County Middle School. Lita Renee Mashburn, instructional aide at Caneyville. Kim Lampton, and we certainly wish all these people the best. Work with Kim, and she will be missed. Kim Lampton, teacher at Caneyville, and she's retiring. Babette Stiles, preschool teacher at Wilkie, retirement. Susan Miller, instructional assistant at Caneyville, and she's retiring. Stacy Clemens, cook at Clarkson. The last 3 were added. Mackenzie Miller, math teacher at the middle school, and Morgan Robbins, teacher at Lawler. J is approval of a request of leave of absence for employee 3246 per board policy. And that is all of item 8, and it's A through J. Does anyone need anything pulled out? Questions, comments, questions?
Brett Abney, I move to approve items A through J.
Anna Majors, I'll second.
Okay, Kim, the motion was made by Dr. Abney to approve item A, 8 through J, A through J. Second by Anna. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, Kim, motion carried. If you're wondering who Kim is, she's our wonderful board secretary. So she's getting all this recorded. Okay, item 9 is just for information, and we do not need to take any action, but you have attachments 7, 8, and 9 of the personnel that are employed for the coming year. So that's information. Does anyone have anything they would like to say?
Carolyn, I would like to say personally how sorry I am to the seniors that this happened to them. This is no small thing, and I know we're doing the best we can to make it, but I just want to tell them I feel for them, and they should not feel guilty about being upset about it because it is no small thing. And I'm just really sorry, and I'm praying for them and their families. So,
and yeah, I think I'm glad you're saying that, Anna, because I think we all are, and that's why in my comments, as parents, we know, when we understand, and our heart goes out to them, and we commend them for being so resilient, and so thank you for bringing that out. Anyone else?
I'd like to say too. I was really impressed with the application for the non-traditional instruction. It was so complex and detailed and comprehensive. And I know somebody had to spend a lot of time on it, but it just covered all bases. And I thought it was very well done.
Yeah,
Yes.
Carla and several of them have worked on that. A lot of input out this way, and they want it. They're encouraging all of us to do it in case we have to do something similar for next school year. So that's part of our planning process is go ahead and get that approved just in case we have to do some of that next year. And hey, hopefully we won't, but we're going to be planning for it in case we do.
Yes, it was overwhelming. I mean, unlike Alfreda, it was so thorough and detailed.
Really good.
Really, really good. Anyone else? Okay. Just thank you all. Even though we're at a distance, just love and appreciate each one of you. So at this time, we will call for the motion to adjourn.
Anna Majors, I make a motion, we adjourn.
Alfreda Weedman, second.
Okay, the motion was made by Anna Majors to adjourn, second by Alfreda Weedman. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Thank you. Y'all looking good. Thank you.
See you all. Have a great night.